I used to work for money versus money working for me, and I didn't understand that concept. Waiting on tables, hearing business people talk, other people talk, over and over and over, I realized they had more time than I did. And even though I had, with no exaggeration, the understanding, the clear understanding that they have the same 24 hours as I just didn't understand how they were accomplishing so much. And then ultimately, when I started succeeding in life and started realizing it was all from time. I stopped mowing my lawn a long time ago because I was losing money, even when I was making maybe $60,000 a year. I stopped doing that stuff because I realized way back then I was actually losing money by spending a couple hours doing this when I could hire somebody to do it, for an example, for $75 because I didn't understand how valuable my time was. So I was doing a comparable on my time, and you're working for someone, say you're making $20 an hour. I was actually putting my time in a ceiling at $20 an hour versus understanding my time is priceless. It's worth thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars an hour. I know that's extreme for most, but I did not mow my lawn. I paid someone else to do it. I paid a lot of things so I can have time to do what? Make money with my time. And I see a lot of people, including me back in the day, thinking I was gonna save money driving 5, 6 miles, 10 miles because the gas was cheaper by 30 cents. I'm making it up. I used to play that dog and pony dance and not understanding I was not saving. I was actually losing. Forget about the math is a math. Well, Bobby, you're spending money to drive 10 miles away and all. Forget about that. The time to do all that, what could I have been doing to maybe get an additional income stream? Maybe meeting another person that can change my life, leveraging that time. I like working on the yard. I like landscape and all that. But unfortunately, I don't do my own landscape. I pay someone else to do that, including washing my car. Yes, I do have the freedom to go out there and wash my car anytime I would like. I choose not to because just think about it. What can I be doing for that hour? I could be spending that hour with my grandchildren. I could be spending that hour on another business, on an investment, leveraging it. That 1 hour washing my car, wasting my time, or maybe even speaking to my neighbor, literally costs me maybe $50,000 an hour. I can literally make $50,000 an hour. And when you think this big of how much your time is worth, I have my own chef. I don't put anything in the microwave. I don't have time for that because I'm losing money spending there waiting for 2 minutes for something to get heat up when I can be on the phone actually making a deal happen for $10,000, $50,000, building a relationship capital that's gonna change my life. Now that's what's needed if you're looking for financial freedom. A lot of people say, Bobby, money's not everything. And man, I couldn't agree with you most. But then I ask them, why are you complaining about money then? If it's not everything, why is this such a headache and a heartburn in your life? Why are you always telling me you're broke? You wish you had this, you wish you had this money to do that. Create the money you can get now, allow this money to work for you so you can stop being a slave to money. And I figured it out. It's all from time. I was a waiter. No one gave me anything here, guys. I did not sell packages to show people how to make money like you see all this crap on social media, man. My life was obsessed about creating a better life for myself. I was broke. How did you do it, Bobby? I invested my time. What are you doing, Bobby, on your time when you're broke? People are going home seeing Netflix, they're doing the same routine. They're not leveraging their 24 hours. I never slept, man. I slept 2-3 hours a day. You have to be obsessed. I understand how valuable my time is. That's why I don't play the microwave game. I don't wash cars. I have a personal trainer. I did all this way before I became financially free. This is how I became financially free. I was not scared to invest in me. And how you invest in yourself, you buy time. You invest, you pay someone the $5 so you can therefore make $25 on your time doing something else that's relevant to making money. Most people, including you right now, you value your time as to what you're making today. If you're making $100,000 a year, you do the division, That is what you base your time. That's why you don't value your time. That's why you waste your time. It's one of the reasons I'm financially free. I am not scared to invest in people that allow me to have more time to make a lot more money and have a little bit more fighting edge against somebody else. So I pay roughly $350,000 a year, give or take, for services such as housekeeping, cooks, chefs, the whole 9 yards. So it allows me to have time. I want my food delivered here, so I don't have to walk downstairs, upstairs, because I'm so in line with my time. I will rather spend that time with my grandbabies, which that is just priceless. I would rather talk about a deal, invest in a deal, help one of my investments out with a business owner. I am creating enterprise value with my time, and how I do that, I invest. So if I am paying $350,000 a year for staff, this is just house staff, I better be making a few $1,000,000 on that $350. I put $350 of work a year. The return on that should be X, roughly about $4 million I should get in a return. That is my mindset. So every time someone's working for me and I'm paying for those services, so I don't have to do that, guys, there's a return on that. Is there an ROI? If I'm paying $350, I'm expecting to make $4 million, which is greater than $4 million, but I'm giving you a good conservative math there. So if you're making $100,000, guys, and you're washing your own car, you're doing all that, that's totally cool. You're losing financially. That math does not add up because you're telling me you're worth nothing. What can you be doing with that time if you had a housekeeper, a babysitter? I hear so many young entrepreneurs, older entrepreneurs, oh, I just don't have a babysitter to go to that event. How do you not pay for a babysitter? How do you not pay the $200, $100 to babysit your awesome child or children so you and your spouse or yourself can go to an event to find a better life and learn how to create financial freedom for those kids? You're not going to be able to leverage that return without paying, meaning you're not paying. It's an investment. Every time I have a babysitter, it's an investment because I'm not going to the friggin' movies. I'm not doing all that. That babysitter, I'm going to an event. I'm going to learn how to make money. I am going to meet another Bobby Castro. Relationship capital is really important. A lot of people will get the babysitter, go to the movie, do the dinner night. That was not Sophie and I, man. We were obsessed about this. And you have no fighting chance if you're not obsessed about your time. You have no fighting chance if you're not willing to invest in these stupid services that are taking up your time to wash your car, to not get a nanny, not get a housekeeper. Can you imagine your wife is cleaning the house? When Sophie, we had two of us in our business. It wasn't Bobby. We leveraged two of us versus one. If you're a couple and that awesome wife is a housekeeper taking care of the kids, and you're doing your rock star and you guys don't want to pay for a housekeeper, shame on you, man. You're not working smart. Two of you, if you're attacking, your odds increase hand over fist versus one of you. It makes no sense. So when you hear me and some other successful people say invest in yourself, it doesn't mean to go out and buy a friggin' book. That could be one. It doesn't mean to go ahead and buy or hire a coach. Invest in yourself. How do I start paying for outside services for things that are taking up my time? And I need that time in order to scale and learn certain things and meet people in life so I can go ahead and create financial freedom. That's how Bobby and Sophie did it. A great action item for the average person out there trying to get ahead in life and create something unthinkable. You have to be willing and you have to be obsessed about living outside the box, not inside the box. Inside the box, everyone is living on a budget and they think it's a waste of money if they hire someone to do their landscape, if they hire someone to babysit here, or if they take a friggin' Uber. It drives me crazy where I see people come to events that I'm speaking at. Oh my gosh, I was here so late. I was just trying to find parking here and there. How do you not hire an Uber? How do you not take an Uber so they drop you off? You get in the event. What are you saving? I mean, $15. You think you're saving the $50 of not paying Uber, but you're driving there. You got fuel. Then you're driving around looking for parking. Your time. It makes no sense. That was Bobby Castro until I figured it out by hanging around with people that were winning in life where they were investing in themselves. That's an investment in yourself. That Uber example. Do you really need an automobile? A lot of people have automobiles. Most of the time it's probably sitting versus being on the road. Because in today's day and age, there's Ubers, there's so much cheaper transportation where you can be more efficient. For example, here in South Florida, we have Brightline. I see people refuse to take the Brightline, and I'm making it up for $150, first class, takes you 3 hours. They drive to Orlando for 4 hours. It makes no sense to me. I would rather spend $150 and take the train, have 3 hours blasting all my emails to my customers, doing all meaningful things to have a return on that time versus staying in traffic, hearing reggaeton music, hearing this music, hearing country music, whatever you're into, wasting your life away and not being productive. We live in an era that you have to be very efficient. So think about that. How many people are doing that? Going to Orlando, where I live, instead of taking the Brightline, they're driving and they think they're saving. They're not saving, they're losing. Oh, I got a bunch of kids. Now you're justifying. Put the freaking kids in the train and it's still a win. You don't have to hear them go crazy. You can actually be on the phone with the customer, with the partner, with the business adventure. What are you doing with your time? You're not investing it. You're being cheap. And you think you're saving, you're not. 95% of the time, cars stay parked, not moving. Think about the waste. So think about it. If you have a car and you're trying to get financially free, but all these other things are keeping you stuck by having an automobile payment that's costing you $2,500, you have no business being in that automobile payment, should be in a freaking $200 payment. Think about what I just said, and you think you're winning. Just, oh no, it's on one life, Bobby, I just love it. It's always a car I wanted. Yeah, but what do you want more? Do you want to be financially free? You want to leave a legacy for these kids? You want them to have a fighting chance? Or do you just want to drive that Audi? I mean, what's more important here? 7 hours a day, the average person spends time on their screen, their computer. And what happens in life, at least I've experienced for the good, bad, and ugly, that will show you, it will amplify you where you're at in life. For example, all those hours that you spend and you waste, or maybe some of you actually invest that time. I don't know. That's up to you to really be transparent with yourself. Just think about the fact that whatever you're on that screen, whatever on your screen for all those hours are amplifying where you're at in life. If you're stuck, frustrated, depressed, just think about what I just said. Analyze, do a report card of your screen time. What are you viewing? I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm telling you what you don't want to hear, and that's why people have a lot of problems with my content. It's just too transparent. You're watching me right now on a video. What you should do is delete this app, delete whatever you're finding me on video because it's just a distraction. Take this real gift that you're really blessed to receive from somebody like myself as a reminder to start attacking life because you're losing. You are wasting time. You know, if you go to your computer and go to screen time, you will see your activity. Go to the top 5 sites or whatever information you go to and friggin' delete it. Because those top 5 app sites are blocking your life because you are addicted. You keep going back there and it's keeping you stuck on all that screen time, which is wasted time.